Hello, I'm Nuri. I'm studying a PhD degree in Biomaterial Engineering Laboratory, a Bio and Brain Engineering department. Today, I'd like to introduce stem cells in cancer biology. I will briefly explain introduction of the topic. Professor Kang Seokgu will give us details. Contents are as follows. I will introduce what stem cell is, and then in particular, I will explain what cancer stem cell is and how we can identify cancer stem cell. Next, to isolate cancer stem cell from solid and hematological tumors, I will briefly introduce heterogeneity of cancer stem cell. Finally, I will give you information of glioblastoma brain tumor. So, I help you to understand this topic. I will explain what stem cell is before introducing cancer stem cell. Firstly, sperm cell fuse with ovum, which eventually lead to the development of the embryo. As embryo begins to cell division, it can form blastocyst. Blastocyst consists of trophoblast, blastocyst cavity, and inner cell mass. In other words, individual inner cell mass indicate embryonic stem cell, which is undifferentiated cell that can differentiate into specialized cells and can divide it to produce more stem cells. The most important properties of stem cell can be represented to self-renewal and pluripotent, whereas adult stem cells are also undifferentiated cells found throughout the body after development. They have two properties such as self-renewal like embryonic stem cells and multipotent. To treat cancer more efficiently, understanding properties of cancer stem cell is important in this lecture because chemotherapy have poor treatment effect due to lower target efficiency. In case of normal stem cell, key role of the microenvironment in the regulation of stem cell is easily understood if we think about the plasticity of tissue-specific stem cells that are able to differentiate it into mature stem cell of another injured tissue. Cancer stem cells are cancer cells that possess characteristics associated with normal stem cells, but cancer stem cells may generate tumors through the stem cells process. For example, cancer stem cells have tumorogenetic potential that give rise to tumors when transplanted into immunodeficiency mice. To improve understanding of cancer stem cell, researchers firstly found the cancer stem cell in leukemia and published in 1997 in Nature Medicine. The paper explained that leukemia cell expressed a specific marker CD34 but lacked the CD38 marker. This phenotype is similar to hematopoietic stem cell. Besides leukemia stem cell, to date, cancer stem cells have recently been identified in several solid tumors, including cancers of the brain, breast, ovary, and pancreas, so on. To identify cancer stem cell properties more exactly, cancer stem cells needed to be isolated in the tumor tissue. So, for isolating cancer stem cell, we needed to understand heterogeneity of cancer stem cell. The majority of human tumors can consist of the various cell types that indicate heterogeneity in many morphological and physiological features, such as expression of the cell surface receptor, proliferative and angiogenetic potential. Cancer stem cells also display heterogeneity depending on the type of the tumor. If we understand the heterogeneity of the cancer stem cell can be isolated efficiently. Surface markers of cancer stem cells, mostly the same markers characterizing normal stem cell or progenitor cells of the same tissue. For example, CD133 commonly found on the stem cell and progenitor cell in borous tissue, and expression of the CD133 is also found in the brain cancer such as glioblastoma. Now we focus on the cancer stem cell of brain tumor such as glioblastoma, because glioblastoma is the most common and most aggressive malignant primary brain tumor in humans, involving glio cells. Edward M. Kennedy passed away by glioblastoma. Treatment of glioblastoma can involve chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. In particular, median survival of glioblastoma with standard of care radiation and chemotherapy is 15 months. So, to find more efficiently therapeutic strategy, now we will learn about stem cell in cancer biology related to glioblastoma by Professor Kang. Thank you for your listening.